I've got a July text from the defendant where he says, I have you scheduled to start on Wednesday morning, can't talk to you now. And your response, it just seems so extreme. Please, please don't bother. Your services are no longer required. If you ever enter my property, I will contact the police to report and have you arrested as a trespasser. Isn't that a lot?
Not actually. If you take the totality of the experience in its complete length, this was a very challenging process.
But it's contradictory because on the one hand, you're saying he didn't show up on time. And then he's like, look, I've got other projects. I'll be there on Wednesday. And then you say, if you show up, I'm going to call the police on you.
Correct.
I mean, it's whiplash.
Well, not completely, Your Honor. The last delivery was to finish the brick pavers. He couldn't put the pavers in until he finished all the prep work, the chalking. There was a lot of things that had to happen prior. So he could have continued to work.
Let me shift gears because I want to quickly talk about your damages.
Sure.
You're suing him for $1,500. Your out-of-pocket payment to him was $300?
That's correct, yes.
So now you're trying to get 5 times the amount of money that you paid him.
It's ludicrous.
Why on earth do you think that we're going to give you $1,500?
It was what I incurred in cost to get the project done.
Correct. You were going to have to pay somebody else to do that anyway. So just because he got on your nerves, you think that we should get you some free landscaping?
No. I wanted to get the job completed. That's why I hired him in the first place, to do a job and get a job completed.
I have nothing further.
All right, parties are excused at this time while we deliberate in this matter. Thank you.
This courtroom is now in recess.
All right, so the plaintiff hires somebody to put pavers around and he pays him. That's it. That's done. That money he paid, he had his pavers put around the trees, the yard, the dirt. The plaintiff, however, does give the defendant $300. The defendant does do work. And it seems to me that he does almost 50% of what he had to do. He had to dig trenches. He had to remove that dirt. He had to fill it up with, he called it base, to level it off. And it was ready to go. The delay in the pavers, I totally believe the defendant when he said, you know what, once he told me he wasn't going to pay me the price I was asking to pick him up, then he got in line with everyone else from where he purchased them for them to be delivered. I don't want to return any money to the plaintiff. I want to dismiss his complaint. I think the defendant got what he deserved, which was $300 for the labor he did. And if you object to me, either one of you, I'm going to I
want to object, but there's
Without
nothing.
objection.
Without objection.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Objection.
Good.
My verdict has been sustained. Mr. Turner and Washington, I'd like to call you Mr. Oil and Water because the two of you certainly didn't mix well together.
That's for sure.
Yeah. You know, everybody's got a job to do. Everybody does their job differently and has different personality. And here, that's obvious. That got in the way of a meeting of the minds and of a contractual agreement. Sure. However, we're all unanimous in the following belief. And you know what, Mr. Washington? Nobody had any objection to what I'm going to say now.
But
So you had to get the work done, so you had to hire somebody. You paid that somebody some $1,400 plus. You can't get that money from him.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, you gave him $300 on a $600 agreement because you were going to pay for all the materials yourself, and he did $300 worth of work. You know, he dug up your yard. He put, watch this, Mr. Washington, he put base in so that he could lay the pavers, level the ground, make sure it doesn't sink. He did $300 worth of work. He has not been unjustly enriched in any way. The few days here, we find that they're really attributable to you, and you're not wanting to pay him the extra money. The other guy charged you $93. He wanted to charge you $100, and so basically for $7, you made this big delay, and you want to blame him for it. So we're sorry to say that without objection, we all agree that your case needs to be dismissed, and so we are dismissing your case. You got anything to say?
I'm just
no objection, you should say.
I'm upset that I did not file a counter lawsuit.
Okay, no, I shouldn't have asked you, but you should have said no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.